Hello, everyone. So, for anyone who decides to join in on this, we are doing my Warlock run part way through already. I'm very aware if anyone wants to see the first, I want to say, 3 or 4 hours of this game, where realistically, no matter what class you're playing, it's going to be nearly identical. You can find that. My brother and I are doing a co-op stream. It's his first time playing the game, so would definitely be worth checking out. But yeah, a little bit of ground situation info for everyone as to how things are going. Level 5 currently. This is really where builds are gonna start feeling a bit more unique. Okay. So, in this situation, Asmodeus Tiefling, stats, pretty self-explanatory what the intention there is. Damage, survivability, the rest, couldn't care less. Okay. Traits that have already been picked up. Agonizing Blast, the standard Dark One's Blessing for a Fiendish Pact. Standard Dark Vision. I have gone with Pact of the Blade for the extra attack. And for the ability to use this beautiful two-handed fire sword at no negatives. But other than that, it's pretty standard Warlock build. Okay. As you can see currently, I am fairly injured, as is Shadowheart. We have Gale with Shovel. Anyone who has not seen Shovel, he's a very easy companion to miss. He is a summon that's, in my personal opinion, one of the strongest early game utilities you can get, just because of his sphere ability. The ability to frighten enemies is insanely useful, and at-will invisibility. So, wham bam, thank you ma'am, you can no longer see the little guy. So yeah, with the current situation and with everything going on, I suppose showing the current state of everything, the completed quests, not a super long list. Now let's see. So the next one that we were gonna go through wouldn't be a companion quest, would not be the search for the Night Song, that'll happen later on. I guess I could go find Balin, get into the Underdark and do that. We've freed Volo already. That'll be a fun one to do. I'm going to attempt the Minthara sheep cheese. For those that don't know what it is, it'll be a good way for you to see what you can do to recruit a character that realistically you should not be able to recruit. Yeah, freed him. Yeah, rescue Halcyon again. Pretty standard. That goes in with the Save the Refugees. And then investigate the parasite. So in this situation, shall we head to the tea house and begin dealing with ye old hag? I suppose if I'm gonna do this, I should do it right. So as you can see in this area, there are a few main enemies worth noting. There are red-cap blood sages. They have warcasters, so they'll have advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration. They have a lot of buffing spells, a lot of support, and will make the regular red caps, as seen here, significantly more deadly. Their ability, Steeped in Slaughter, is already just kind of disgusting if they can get a good bleed on you. And as soon as these guys give them Bloodlust, it's pretty difficult to actually take advantage of them.
Lovely day this. For now.
So in the current loadout, I would definitely need to get them as grouped up as possible. The closer they are to each other, the more damage that Gale's single 3rd level spell would be able to do. And I think everyone who's looked into these things is very aware of just how powerful Fireball can be.
Alright, what now?
Well, shall we do something stupid and start this fight with no spell slots available on my Warlock? Yeah. Nothing like having a dream.
Better be cautious. Swift as my feet can carry me.
I guess holding the high ground would be better anyway.
Free and quiet. Move with care.
Go. I should turn off non-lethal. That's okay. Move him here. Point of dealing non-lethal damage. Need you to come up here. There's the sage. These two are close enough that I don't feel too bad fireballing both of them and hoping for that blood stage kill. Of course, rolled super low on his damage. Rolled decently on the red cap at least.
Let's go.
Come on, Karlak, do me proud. Perfect. I would love to rage with her right now, but can't have everything. Might as well get our injured group up and get those temporary hit points. I'm going to be taking a long rest shortly anyway.
Don't waste a step.
Win a last. Knock him back a little bit. Pretty good. We'll have shovel right here. Perfect. Yeah, I should show Gale as well. He's got his Psychic Spark for an extra shot when he uses Magic Missile on a single free cast, meaning with these 4 right here. Exactly. Now this is of course not a fully optimized build. I'm not doing this with the intention of just min-maxing. If I were, he would be doing significantly more damage already. But it's more entertaining in many ways to... Oh. Good on him knocking me down. Sometimes it's more entertaining not to go with the hyper-optimized, insane damage builds that, honestly, in many ways, trivialize the game. Oh, man. Bad luck with Shovel. Oh well.
I speak, they burn.
Not like this is going to be a particularly difficult fight anyway.
Put him up.
There we go.
Shouldn't
And I'll
have
just
made
finish
me
him
your
off.
enemy.
So, yeah. The red caps, if you're not careful when you're dealing with them, are a genuine threat.
Can't slow down.
I know I kind of made that seem minimal. In fact, I ended that fight with more health than when I came in. But a little bit of bad luck, and suddenly you've gone from a moderately difficult fight to a fight that can consume an insane amount of resources. Actually, the first time I ended up fighting these guys, I would say, I think I ended up having to burn through half a dozen potions. And in the early game, burning through half a dozen hit points is, or health potions, is a lot. Thankfully, potions are incredibly available. Case in point, I have 22. And I have 5 greater healing there.
I have the magic touch.
And I believe each of them should have a potion or 2. You know what? I'm just gonna swap that there. Oh, I've already used it. Perfect. Back to dancing lights.
Can't
So
give
that's
up
one of
now.
the things that you can do in this
Moving
game.
ahead.
You can just swap in and out items that have limited use spells.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for 2, so get to it. Oh, if it isn't my hero. You took ages. Come in, come in. Feel free to relax yourself and have a cuppa, hmm? Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
So, in the current situation, as you can see, discussion with Auntie Ethel. Those of you who don't know, I will not reveal further info about what will end up happening here, but you've got a few dialogue options here. So, when interacting with her, if I wanted to, I could inform Mayrina about the situation with her siblings. doing this one is going to reveal the Auntie Ethel situation right away, which I'm honestly torn about. I do like the idea of just dealing with it and getting it over with, but for the sake of showing things, we'll have a proper
Beautiful,
conversation.
isn't it? It's my little refuge for the lost and hopeless. People in dire need travel from all over Faerun to see little old me. And I do my damnedest to help them. And you, Petal, well, you need a lot of help. That wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it? Because you stink. And I know the stench of mind flayer anywhere. I can tell you're almost done cooking. You know, you could turn just like that. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
So, I'm going to go with the class-specific one
You're
here.
a sharp one. I am proposing a deal, but it's different from your little pact. You see, I prefer personal things. One of your pretty little peepers. I pluck it from your head, kiss it for luck, then back in it goes. Won't take but a moment. That is my price. Nothing more, nothing less.
So for any of the D&D nerds out there, who have not played this, which would surprise me, I'm sure you've already figured out what Auntie Ethel is.
I'm afraid that's my business, Petal. It's nothing nefarious, though. I promise.
Okay, so
Ethel, can I please?
Quiet, you've had enough pampering. And you, my door is always open, Petal. Auntie Ethel is here for you.
So I'm sure you've already figured it out for those of you having this who are here, that she is in fact
No ordinary fireplace.
a hag. If I just drop that shot there.
I'm heating up. No surrender.
I'm not particularly concerned about this. So Auntie Ethel, being a hag, is going to attempt to do whatever she can
Despite
to
everything.
stay safe.
Can't slow down.
Can't afford to let up. Onward.
And with this, exactly with this, she should be right here.
Bye-bye, lovelies.
I can't have gone far.
There we go. So in the current situation, I am going to take a long rest, because I would like to have my spells before going down into a boss fight. Now we are doing this on Tactician, the hardest difficulty. That being said, it's actually not that bad, all things considered.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. The world swims as you close, then reopen your eyes. How long have you been waiting here? A moment? A night? A 10-day?
Chukil gate vlakith Mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
So, as you can see here, a few options. Now, I could just kill her, but losing a companion's always kind of sad. So, in the current situation, I'm going to go with my charisma check, as it's the highest bonus that I have. As you can see, it's a fairly high difficulty, but I can give myself an additional 1d4. I'm hoping I don't have to kill her. Perfect, a 16 plus a minimum of 5. I'm getting above that 15.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
Anyway, I tend to be of the opinion that Lazella is kind of a bitch. But, there's a lot of cultural reasons for that
I came
one.
just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. Independent. Good. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. Fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. You'll feel better. I promise.
So just for a little bit of context for everyone, that is a projection into the astral plane. The astral plane is basically the plane of existence where your soul is.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company. Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close. As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you? That can't be. You're either an excellent storyteller, or you've experienced something quite exceptional. Tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter? That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now. I can't attest to the specifics, but I do know that not long after insertion, the host, that's you, turns into a mind flayer. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected. If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Huh, ridiculous. Isn't it? Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim.
So I adore Volo as much as he is an incompetent putz. He's fun, or I should say, funny.
If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet God! If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
There we go. So Volo is, by all measures, I want to say something, because it's very hard to come up with a term for him that's actually endearing. I guess we could say he's capable-ish? Moderately competent, I guess? But only in the worst way possible?
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out!
So, Auntie Ethel's situation here. My goal will be to rescue Mayrina despite having killed her brothers.
Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave, or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating.
Alright, so as you see there, she's a hag, and we're going to stay still for a bit and have a proper discussion about what's going on. Hags tend to make deals with people in the worst possible ways. They will take advantage, they will do whatever they can to basically, for lack of a better word, eliminate people, but in such a manner that it's their own hubris that deals with them. So we'll go first and foremost over here. See, there's a skull facing a mirror. If we interact with the skull...
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
Yeah. So...
As you edge closer to the mirror, a pale face appears, contorted in fear. Fists slam against the mirror's surface again and again.
So, in this situation, there was this individual, most likely the skull, requested that the woman he loves...
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never
So
fade.
she asked that She asked, I believe, that for her lover to remain beautiful forever, so got trapped in a mirror.
What is this place?
My darling Madron, she wished for the mind of a genius, but that silly head crushed me.
Could theoretically loot her.
Better not be cursed.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again.
So, on that one, she wished to never lay eyes on her family or rip the eyes out of her head.
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Don't look. Don't.
Yeah. So, as you see on that one, the request was to be saved from the disease. Turned him to stone. He won't get worse. So, just on this pattern, we can see that anything she gives is going to be a double-edged sword. Where, yes, she will technically fulfill her deal, but not in a way that actually is beneficial to you. Hence why, definitively, not accepting assistance from her. Now this is where a situation comes in. I could potentially demonstrate one of the dumbest combinations I think can be done.
Never a dull moment.
And it might actually be worth doing with my Warlock.
I'd love to, thanks.
So, you know what? I'll take the minor damage hit by swapping over to this weapon. Binding it as my passive weapon to enhance my abilities with it. So, as of right now, it should update shortly. It should be higher than a 5. Yeah, the total is a +8 to hit. Which is where it should be. That's one of the things I've noticed. The game's kinda slow on updating for these numbers on the screen, but it seems to work just fine in the actual game.
And move.
in this situation. This will deal with the door.
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. You can't let people through, not again. Images flash. A man cowering, a bag open at his feet. Gold coins spilling onto the floor. His cries for mercy are cut short as the hag slices into him, dismembering him painstakingly, limb by limb. She cackles, the man's remaining flesh twisted and contorted, becoming the twisted surface of the door before you. Flee, you feel it cry. Frustrated, the door rattled. You see the hag and yourself. You lay bleeding as she leans over you, a smile on her face. Her teeth, a row of deadly needles, shine as they dive into your throat, blood spraying. The door twitches, but stays firm.
So, let's go with the good old intimidate the door. Statement that very few people, I think, would ever make in their life. Let's intimidate that door until it lets us through. But worry not, we are experts.
The door shudders, imagining its wooden frame cracking and splintering in a raging inferno. You see the hag. She walks through the door, its form shimmering. With a jerk, you're pulled from the vision. You feel the presence within shrink, terrified.
So there you go. The door basically accidentally revealed that it is in fact an illusion, and that we can just walk through it. Didn't need to actually interact with it in any way. Alright, so now this is where we're gonna go to non-lethal again, because we actually need it here. All of these individuals have different masks on. The masks can and will kill them if they are removed. So that is far from the ideal situation. If your goal is to be a decent person in this game, or in a playthrough, this is a rough situation to be in. After all, it's definitely easier to kill them. You look at each of them. This one, just on its stats, looks like it's some form of fighter. This one on stats seems to indicate a type of druid. This one's stats indicates, again, some form of druid likely, or cleric. And then this one seems to look like some form of ranger or rogue. Now, I will say, reasons for those distinctions, why I'm saying this one looks more like a cleric. This one has no shields. This one is wearing robes, which is not an uncommon thing for clerics to do. Whereas this one has a wooden club and a wooden shield. It's wearing leather armor. Generally, wooden equipment is something that would fall under druidic patterns. In older editions, it was actually completely, I don't want to say impossible, but completely against anything a druid should equip if there was a single piece of metal. Things like, let's say, a great sword. Due to it having metal, if a druid equipped it, they would lose pretty much all of their abilities.
Best be on my way.
Start falling back. Gale back here. Perfect. Have you cast invisibility. Come on. There we go. Oof, I would have liked him to make that save just to not get shot. Oh. Curse of Terror. Better if I counterspell. Rejected. There's the heal. And case in point, Cleric. Counter spell there, which gets him involved in the fight. And shield. Boon of Servitude is annoying. Very difficult to kill. Alright, so Karlach. We're going to initiate the Bearheart Raid to increase durability. And let's go keep as many enemies occupied as possible.
May the dice roll in my favor.
Perfect. Now we will use my long rest magic missile to do a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4. I was hoping to break that concentration, but it is what it is. The Mask of Vengeance is very badly injured. And as long as I got non-lethal active, her mace can end it. Or we go for the Sacred Flame and pray that that 40% hit connects. Nice. Guess this is gonna become a light repositioning, and hope to God that Eldritch Blast is able to hit twice.
That won't work.
It's alive with one. That's actually as good as I could have hoped. You'll go after the Mask of Regret and try and 4% chance of scaring. Not worth attempting there. Mask of Terror. Counterspell. Gotta burn all my high-level spell slots just to prevent them from using these things that do an insane amount of damage. Go a 70% chance to do good
Again.
God,
damage.
it's hot in here.
Oh. Backwards. 14. knocked out. Let's get you right next to them. And we'll go for the daze to knock them out. Perfect. So now there's only 2. And that makes life so much better than she successfully saved. Blasts. Those are a pair of incredible hits. You can't even do non-lethal, so I'm gonna need you to make your way up. Counter spell. So sadly, I'm in a situation where I've got to keep the enemy alive, and that makes this so much more difficult than it needs to be. I drop all 4. Shouldn't kill, but get very low. And now Karlak can just jump right here and end it with a swing.
Moving.
So there we go. Okay, she has succeeded. And there's the curse of regret that I really didn't want to deal with. Really don't want to do that, but jump up here, swing. Out. He's gonna take a ton of damage. So we're just gonna pop a few potions preemptively. We're gonna get this set up.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Throw, healing potion. We'll move Karlak in as well, just to
It's good to be alive.
maximize the effect of potions. So, potions in this game, weirdly enough. The most efficient way to use them is to just throw them on the ground. You chuck them right in between 3 people, as you see me doing here. All 3 get healed. Yeah. I'll need a second one. It rolled pretty low for Karlak, which is fine. There we go. So Karlak's back at full health. Shadowheart is pretty injured. And Kaidos, my character, can probably use another potion anyway. So I've got enough of them. Might as well get the health a little closer to full. Okay, what the fuck did you climb back down? So, we're gonna loot the Mask of Regret. We're gonna take the club, we're gonna take the armor, and we're gonna take the shield. We are not touching the Whispering Mask. If we take the mask, they die. Guaranteed. And if we're playing a good guy, the preference is not to kill people if at all possible.
These boots have seen it.
Case in point, when we head up here, rinse and repeat, loot. That individual kinda phased into the ground. Are those stuck up there? Yeah, they're stuck up there. Okay, we'll fix that later.
Anything of use?
And now I can turn off non-lethal. so happy. Not having to concern myself with whether the enemy is going to live or die because of my own
Charmed, I'm sure.
stupidity. And God knows I do stupid things regularly.
Adventure awaits.
Whew. It'll be nice to be saved a little bit of struggle there.
I've got a long road ahead.
And we will regroup.
What path lies before me?
So, let's see, a little bit of lore for hags. I'm sure people would have a certain level of interest in that. Depending on the type of hag, you'll have very different personalities, different traits or preferences. Something like Auntie Ethel, who just on appearance seems to be a green hag, would more than likely be, I want to say, weaker on the hag strength hierarchy. Now, that is not to say that Auntie Ethel is a weak hag. It is anything but. After all, you know, we're talking about fey creatures.
Trap. This place is more dangerous than I
Even,
thought.
you know, a weaker fey creature is going to be quite powerful.
No time to dally.
Green hags generally are going to be more, I want to say conniving than other hags. They tend to hang closer to cultures, societies, areas where they can meet people more frequently. These ones will try and tempt and manipulate people into doing whatever the hag wants them to do. They will spin these intricate webs of lies and deceptions just to get sometimes even the most mind-bogglingly, apparently useless thing from someone. You know, case in point, her request to kiss the eye. It doesn't really seem like it would have any major function beyond, you know, being just kind of weird.
Soldier.
But, you know, to us, that's what it looks like. To the hag, it's entirely possible that she would have the ability to take advantage of something that we are unaware of. Now, having played the game, I am very aware of what that offer is. Hey, yeah, set yourself on fire, Karlak. There's a reason I had you do that.
Let's get going.
You have a lot of health and you're basically fireproof. Actually, I think, keyword think. I guess not succeeding the perception check causes us to not know where that is. So I could jump there. I'll jump here. Or don't jump, that's fine. Totally didn't want to make it down
One day
anyway.
I'll catch a break.
One with the weave.
So yes, there are ways to shut these
My faith will guide me.
these toxic. So you spotted that one, but not the one right in front of you. So that you see these, you can drop a bag or something on top of the vents to block the noxious fumes from getting out. But let's face it, I've already bypassed one of the sets of fumes, and these fumes I can easily bypass as well. Yeah, he's gonna die if I move him through. But thankfully, I can always just resummon him.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Oh, let's see.
Looks like a trap.
As long as none of them actively step on the... See, that's one of the things that I hate about the AI sometimes.
Let's get on with it.
It's like, oh look, there's a trap. I'm just gonna step on it after I'm the AI that pointed it out.
No one stopped me yet.
Thanks, but no thanks. I expect slightly more intelligence. Okay, so since I'm out of spell slots, I'm in a pretty good situation. I'm going to use his ability to regain a level 3 spell slot. So with the current Auntie Ethel situation, you've got Mayrina in the cage there. Goal is to save her. Gonna be lowering that to do so. Gonna try and hide everyone.
Breathe deep
and move forward.
And move.
I smell a trap.
There. In the cage.
Shovel, we're gonna ungroup you. You're gonna go invisible. So, can't even use that shovel. Well, I want you up here.
Keeping my head down. Don't waste a step.
So as you can see here, I am working my way around. I want to get to the control orb and use it before Auntie Ethel murders Mayrina. And there she is.
You want the girl so bad.
And there's the problem with dealing with a hag. We're not going to counterspell that one. Oh, should have counterspelled that one. She crit. I guess I'll counterspell that. I was hoping that Karlak, being the tanky one, would be able to make that Constitution save. Hellish Rebuke. That should just break that fake one. Sickness, and of course the poison. There we go. Yeah, I know I'm poisoned. Screw it. We're going for broke and hoping. Actually, shovel. Perfect. Done your job, shovel.
I won't give in.
So once we've located the actual Auntie Ethel,
With haste.
which I believe is the one up here, might be this one. One of them
Try something else.
I should have done the antidote first, but it is what it is.
Protect me. Time to deal some punishment.
Summon a spiritual. It doesn't matter. That's more of an aesthetic choice. But let's go with the Great Axe. That right there. Great Axe. Perfect. Now it may seem like I'm kind of wasting my time if I know where Auntie Ethel is.
Outsmart.
But just because I know where she is doesn't mean that I'm actually able to deal with her. So, case in point, if I drop this right here, it'll deal damage. It'll create a zone that functionally I can't make it, no one can go through. I really do want to use my action, but I don't think I have anything that's super useful here. I would love the Scroll of Magic Missile. Might as well mage armor himself then.
Fuck yes.
So, we're gonna have Karlak jump up. Have her dash.
Heading out.
There we go, that's expected. Oof. I'm actually gonna have to reload that overgrown tunnel situation. Because that one, I literally cannot win that fight in that situation. That is sad. But to be fair, I had the horrible luck of getting hit with a critical on the first attack. And maybe, just maybe this time, we'll actually make these perception checks. And they won't decide to walk onto the traps that they found. Trap before
Quite ready for you.
I make that attempt.
Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here. Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here.
It's another flower, but that's not the noxious trap. I could just have Shovel wait for me at the bottom. Shovel can easily get down there with no concern.
Hey ho.
Now, this is an I want to say entirely optional boss fight, but really I don't view it as being optional. There we go, actually found one this time. So I can actually show how to deal with these. throw this right there.
And away I go.
And now, as you see, there's no more of that smoke, the toxic fumes, which will save a little bit of damage.
All's well that ends. It's not as bad as it could have.
It gives the ability to individually move them through and avoid all these fires that anyone in their right mind who knows the trap is there would avoid, but the AI can't. And I say that. That's not true. Most of the time the AI is actually quite good at pathing around traps that have been discovered. But you never know. Sometimes the game just decides it's not going to cooperate, and we don't need to avoid traps, because avoiding traps is for cowards and the weak.
I'd love to, thanks.
You know, who doesn't want to just run headfirst into a trap? But yeah, with the current situation, we're going for a boss fight on the hardest difficulty, where realistically we're actually kinda underleveled for it. Ideally we'd be level 6. But you know what? I'm nothing if not stubborn. And you better believe I'm gonna drop a quick save right here.
No time to rest.
And shovel. I'm actually gonna put you... Put you right up there again.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I smell a trap.
Yeah, no shit.
In the cage.
So in this one, if I can get to Auntie Ethel before...
Trap.
I guess I'll do a short rest just to regain my spells and make life so much easier.
Put the wind back in my sails.
Kinda hate wasting a short rest like that, but I do need those spell slots. And here we go.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair. You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew!
So anyway, while the conversation is happening, nothing like a good old-fashioned sneak around. I should probably switch out of group mode. Yeah,
Secrecy
I want
above all.
Shadow Heart up here.
Come on, let's
I
go.
want Karlak over
I'm too
here.
tall for this.
And I actually want Gale to stick with
Let's explore.
Kaidos. So, major reason for wanting Gale near Kaidos. There's a kind of meme,
I could go for a good meal.
and I really do mean meme tactic that can be used. That, with a bit of luck, is going to give me an alarming amount of damage with spells that have no business doing so much. Get that level 3 spell slot back. Let's hide you again. I see I've got Karlak right there. If I can sneak to the control.
You want the girl so bad. Thought.
So right there. I'm going to use my counter spell. Nope. Take it. God, this is bad. Take it.
That cage won't last.
So. And where this comes in, I'm going to drop.
Bloody clever clubs.
And as a bonus action, that'll be next turn where I will set off my shriek. And once I've got my shriek up, I will be pretty okay. Yeah, guess I'll need to pop an antidote. Move up here just in case she wants to go after Gale. Move up here.
Bye forever, pal.
Attack just to break that one. Perfect. Bonus action. We'll cast Tears Protection on myself. Get that AC a little higher. Probably should have done that before the fight started. Here. Level 1. Cast a magic missile. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you see there, not a crazy amount of damage, but I eliminated 2 of those spellcasting foci, I guess would be the most appropriate term. We'll summon a spirit axe here. We will attempt to break that. Perfect. And fingers crossed for the not critical miss. The cage is fine for now. I'll potentially throw water on it. Bloodline magic, super useful.
I see hell spit out another tragic little tiefling.
Vicious mockery. That's okay. New jump here. So shovel, do me proud. Nice.
Survival is all that matters.
I actually really don't even need my action this turn for combat. I need the Falar Luve. I want my Shriek. So enemies within 6 meters take a penalty to Charisma, Wisdom, and Intelligence saves, and they receive thunder damage every time they take a hit. bonus action, I am going to consume a potion of greater healing to try and keep my situation a little more topped up.
Let's cook with fire, baby. All
Get
right.
that control orb open. That should descend. Oh, that's a pretty good location. And now, where the not fully optimized but kind of crazy damage output comes in, you see here, it says that it's 10 to 25 damage, 5d4 plus 5. But remember, his equipment, he has a Psychic Spark where he shoots an additional missile. Now, that adds an extra 1d4 plus 1 for a total of 6 missiles. Every one of these missiles will proc the Shriek that he has active, dealing 1d4 extra damage. So as you can see, she's at 94 right now. And suddenly she's at 60. No saving throw, no checks. She just lost a good chunk of health. And that actually was pretty low rolls, all things considered. If you look here, roll a little slower. Rolled a 2 on a 4-sided dice. Rolled a 2 on a 4-sided dice. Rolled a 3, rolled a 3. Pretty good. So 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Oh, 1, sorry, yeah. Oh, it says 1 as well. Okay. Rolled a 2, rolled a 2, rolled a 3, rolled a 1, rolled a 2. So, a lot of 2s were rolled. Statistically, less than half of the damage that you can expect from that.
Heading there.
And I don't know about you, but if 30 some odd damage at level 5 is, you know, half of what is statistically lower than half of what's expected, that's a good damage output. Yeah, magic axe. Summoned the other hags. Shovel, I need to do the hit, boy.
Still on my feet.
I guess we'll... I could poison spray. I would have loved to have a method of seeing invisibility, but it is what it is. If only I had a method of dealing with this. You know, something like chucking some poison somewhere around here and hoping. So, no one was hit by the poison. Not there.
At the ready.
This is gonna feel good. Need to learn the hard way.
Very aware. These are all way too healthy to be Auntie Ethel.
In position.
No bloom, all doom.
And then just as a level 1 spell slot, 1, 2, 3. And Ethel location-wise. No attack of opportunity, we'll just assume here.
Knight to King 5.
Back there. There she is.
Need to act fast.
Drop a sacred flame on her. Move on up. Come on, Auntie Ethel. Come on, Shovel. You are cute and friendly and everything that I need from a psychotic murderer. There we go, and now we go for our good multi-hit attack.
Try something else.
Try something else. That is working wonders. Turn on non-lethal, because really, she can't kill her now. So, weirdly enough, I'm going to quick save because I don't want to kill Auntie Ethel right now.
Battle of wits.
I am in fact happy with her current health. She should accept the loss right now.
Wait! Wait just a tick! Killing me is a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will.
Switch to
But
Kaidos.
it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized about this? I have something you want. I knew I liked you, dearie. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done. Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe.
Not only would this be a vile deal, it would be folly to trust a hag's gifts.
It's your choice, sweetness.
So I would have loved if it was Kaidos instead, you know, my charisma guy. But we're stuck with Karlach. So let's go with the intimidation. I'll have it all, or I'll just settle for your life. After all, I want it all. You give the guidance. I got advantage. Fingers crossed. And the hope is that this one actually gives me what I want.
You greedy little bollocks. Fine. Here.
Yay.
I'll not soon forget this sweetness. You have my word.
But the deal. What about my husband? What happens to him?
Deal's off, you dumb cow. And you've her to thank for it. Not that it matters. I'll find another just as plump and ripe. I can set up shop elsewhere. People always need lotions and potions. Bollocks to luck. It's only the deal that counts. Bye-bye, Petal.
Alright, so now I gotta choose which stat I want boosted. Now on one hand, We've got Kaidos with his charisma, which is definitely tempting, making my main character stronger. Gale's int, Karlak's strength, or Shadowheart's wisdom. Now, I think I want to go with the probably charisma, because a +1 charisma, wisdom, strength, constitution, dexterity, charisma. If I do that,
Ready and willing.
Don't burn yourself.
What's next?
well, the dexterity is tempting just to boost that AC by 1. Yeah, I really can't deny. I really can't deny that +1 dex being nice for her.
There's work to do.
I will say the int being 17, just the headband, her int is naturally significantly lower. It's a tough choice. The charisma doesn't do anything for me right now. Just like the intelligence here doesn't do anything for me right now. The dexterity here does something for me right now, but then again, putting up another point in strength also does something, and I do want Karlak to stay alive.
No time to rest.
And I think I'll go with the charisma, just go with the main character advancement. So we'll save that. And we will consume. Get that charisma up to 19. Let's talk to
What's up for
Marina.
discussion?
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything! You want thanks? A slap is all you deserve. Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you!
So, with the current situation, as you can see, got a few options here. Don't be naive. Hags don't work for free. Because of Auntie Ethel, you nearly died. This option, she's definitely going to blame us. Pretty much any time a hag is going to offer something along the lines of resurrecting a family member or a loved one or anything along those lines, you know that it's going to be a double-edged sword. You can assume either it's going to be a zombie or they're going to resurrect them without their memories, and they're not going, or make it so that when they're resurrected, they're actually no longer romantically interested in the person, in the person that paid whatever price for it.
She would have. I had everything figured out. Just a bit longer and my child would have been born. And all this would have been over. I do. The baby too. Auntie Ethel promised to give this child a good life. Teach them magic even. More than I could have done.
Now, hag reproduction. A hag will consume a newborn baby, leave them in their gut to function kind of under a magical digestion, and then kind of puke them back out as a newborn hag. Not exactly a pleasant situation for anyone to witness or anyone involved, and definitely horrible.
Well, I didn't bloody ask you, did I? didn't ask for any of this. I just wanted Connor back. Now I have to drag his corpse back home, coffin and all, because a goddamn grave is the closest I'll get to seeing him again. I hope you're happy.
Immensely, Marina. Immensely. Tempted to throw you on that explosive flower, but
time to press ahead.
We're playing a good guy, and that's not what a good guy would do.
Might be useful.
Granted, Auntie Ethel does have some really nice loot around this part. So, see there, Potion of Speed, Ever-Seeing Eye, Bitter Divorce.
What's hiding here?
Bunch of rings. Nothing quite like a chest full of, you know, post-boss loot. Now, all of these potions that I'm taking, I actually have no idea what they do. But I can basically guarantee that, actually that earthen bottle, I can just go back. That doesn't have a potion in it. There we go, Staff of Crones. It's an uncommon quest item. So, really, it doesn't seem like that good of an item. Actually, I'm not 100% sure as to what quest that's associated with. Now here, I'll have Karlach pick up all the
What's this?
chunks of flesh that are consumable.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to, you know, what the quest thing is for it. I would probably, at best, feed it to Gale, I'm guessing. So as you can, actually I should read that out loud. So, blotches of ink are spattered on this unfinished letter written in an uneven scrawl. Sister dearest, are you feeling all right, Petal? I can't believe you let some pup give you the slip. I'd be mortified. Worry not. My red caps nabbed the bugger. They're taking their sweet time with him. The screaming stopped a few nights past, but the sobbing continues. He'll die regretting he crossed a hag. A mother with a failing mind? You know me so well. I have the most darling mask for her. You must come viz. Okay. And the other letter, written in elegant cursive. Ethel, I've heard business has been slow. Rest assured I have a job for you. A client fled Baldur's Gate without payment. My agents picked up his trail along the Chionthar and have ensured he will pass through your territory. Do as you wish to him. In exchange, I have a girl who suits your particular appetites. Her mother's mind is failing. My contact has assured her that you can help. I'll have her sent by the usual route. M. So, case in point right there, you can see that this is where a hag coven comes into play. An individual hag is dangerous, but their strength lies in grouping up and forming functionally a unit that is capable of far more than what any one individual could achieve. There we go. Make our way up. Now, one of the items I picked up specifically for this situation. Let's sort this by type so it's easier to locate. Bitter Divorce.
gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. What? You can?
You feel a surge
So
of
there's
power
the
from the
bitter
wand.
divorce.
The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please!
So here we go, being a dick. And this is exactly why you do not make a deal with a hag.
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
So, as I previously had stated,
You feel
a
something
hag
pull at
will
you.
turn someone into
creature
an undead.
yearns for
You know, they
a
gave you that deal.
monster.
You paid for it.
What have you done to him? Oh, this isn't what she promised!
Well,
I
that's
wanted
exactly
him back!
what
Back the way he
a
was!
hag will do
not
for you.
This! Connor? Connor! I don't even know if he's in there. But he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back.
Gotta love the obsessiveness.
Thanks. But we'll need more than luck. A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you, I guess. Come on, love. Let's go.
So there we go.
Using Ethel's wand wasn't the best idea.
Of course it
Pity.
wasn't.
It's beyond even the power of the weave to help now.
He's an undead. He ain't coming back from that. That's pretty objectively one of the hardest things to fix. You know, you can't become an unzombie. You're just dead. But, you know, not my place to judge. If she wants to be stupid, she can be stupid.
Couple turns should do it.
I really don't need the guidance, but muscle memory. Oh, I guess it's time to rob the ever-loving shit out of this place. No, not for anything at this point. Not like she's gonna be back.
Making me sweat.
And really,
What to do?
these items, for the most part, are going to be quite useful. Lots of things that I can sell as well, which is pretty much what I'm going to do with all of this. Most of this is useless stuff. Send that to Karlak. Having one person in charge of carrying all of the food. Generally pretty useful,
Never a dull
especially
moment.
with that much strength. Collapsack, basket. Send that to Karlak.
Come on, let's go.
Keep that bag pretty full.
Let's get going.
So, collecting food is actually surprisingly important. And I'm actually going to keep all the money on Shadowheart because gold has a weight as well. It may not be particularly heavy, but
the gods are
you
watching
know,
me.
it is what it is. I'll have Karlak pick those up. Not that they're particularly good, but anything that falls within the food category that can be consumed is going to be taken. Too many situations that can go wrong with not having enough food.
Looking ahead.
Go.
Oh, I could go for a good
Karlak,
meal.
pick that up.
These things have stayed interesting. Moving in.
But with the current situation, the current loot collection that is happening, I can see a good amount of money being made from this. Not that I think the toad teapots will sell for a lot. Let's read that. The letter begins in elegant cursive but ends in a harsh, slopping scrawl. Ethel, forces are at work in Baldur's Gate. The mewling wretches are trying to edge me out of my own territory. I've killed at least 4 of their agents. None have talked. Not yet, at least. I doubt you'll hear anything beyond the bleating of your ridiculous sheep, but if you catch even a whisper, send word immediately. M.
What a charmer.
Got the grilled meat.
Let's move. Very well.
Toxins. More things to loot, more things to take.
Let's march.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
So, good old-fashioned looting after chasing the owner out of their home. This is what good people do, right?
That'll fit in my pack.
Totally 100% what someone who is morally upright will do. Loot the ever-loving hell out of someone's home after they're gone.
Wanna dance?
Lots of alchemical ingredients, though. That's going to be super useful. So, Mistress of the Night and friends. There once was a beautiful woman. Men and women alike traveled across the land to earn her hand in marriage, but none could win her heart. Her mother despaired, for she wished for her daughter to find love and happiness. And then her mother died. The woman cried and cried. Her suitors stopped calling. Her friends stopped writing, and still she cried. "You poor child," Shar whispered in her ear. "They only wanted you for your beauty, for your charm, for your grace. Now that grief has replaced your charm, none care for you, none but I." The woman spoke to Shar, who listened. She prayed to Shar, who answered. For the first time in her life, the woman had a true friend. And then Shar asked her to take a vial, a small vial, an innocent vial. She took the vial to a man. The man filled it with a liquid and told her to drop it into a well. The woman did. She wanted Shar to love her, to be proud of her. And then people became sick. People died. But Shar loved her, and the woman loved Shar. Now men and women alike travel across the land to see her, not because she is beautiful, not because she is charming, but because she is a high priestess of Shar, and her word is law. So for those who are not particularly familiar with the older Baldur's Gate games, and I do not expect many to be, just with how old they are, there are more than a few references to characters that exist in the older games. That one most likely is a reference to Viconia de Veer, who is a drow noblewoman that worships Shar instead of Lolth. To avoid going too far into the lore situation for drow society, Lolth is basically 100% in charge of everything for the drow society, and worshipping a god other than her can and potentially will get you executed. Viconia was never a good person by any measure of the word. In fact, she was pretty definitively along the lines of a bad person. One of the more evil companions, and that's saying something.
The lady of the house awaits.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Viconia being an evil companion. I don't necessarily want to say that she's a character that is made to be disliked, because she's not a character that is inherently dislikable, but she is a character that is made to hold strong convictions. People who disagree with someone vying for personal power and attempting to achieve, their definition of success, no matter what it costs, would dislike her. People who agree with that general sentiment would find her an incredibly compelling character. So, her presence in lore and in references is very nice. Sadly, early on in the game, there aren't that many characters that are present from the previous games. Granted, we are talking about events that happened 100 years prior.
Well, something close.
Let's get a good old merchant deal going. So, as you can see here, most of the equipment that he has is random crap that I have given him. I did everything I could to get my relationship with this merchant up to 100 incredibly quick. The higher your relationship, the better of a deal you're going to get with someone. So, right now, where I am selling these toad teapots for 2 gold, these heavy stones for 2 gold, this agate for 10, previously, I would have been getting slightly worse deals. Protection from good and evil is a necklace. Not bad. Situationally useful, worth holding on to. That's getting sold. So most of this stuff that I'm selling is just miscellaneous crap meant to fill the world. But enough of these random miscellaneous items, and suddenly you'll note that I'm already well into the 100 to 3. Pretty soon, if I choose to sell the Everburn Blade, I would be in the 400 golds for profit. Sell the tomatoes, because they're rotten and not worth anything. I could sell the simple toxin. It's not something that I really use. And poison damage is so easily resisted, and so commonly resisted, that I think those are just consuming weight more than benefiting me. Poison slime bomb. Yeah, I might as well sell those. I've got alchemist fire and vials, and again, poison is the worst damage type. Which is really sad, because I think a poison character as your build could be fun. But it is not viable. Send that to Shadowheart.
I wonder what the next move is.
Shadowheart is holding on to basically all of the money. I actually think she is holding on to all of the money. Everyone's got a necklace, dancing lights. Yeah, no attacks of opportunity when she's below 50% health. Got a psychic spark, and you've got guidance, which is just such a good spell. The most broken spell, by the way. It's insane how useful it is. Beastmaster chain. Yeah. I don't have a bard, is the only problem. If I had a bard, that would actually be pretty good. I'll send these to camp. I should probably sell the Staff of Crones. I don't think that it actually has a function beyond...
well, something close.
Oh, existing, basically. I can't even sell it because it's deemed a quest item. Never mind. Well, I don't care. And now we're gonna head all the way back to the Riverside Tea House. So you know those individuals that I had knocked out previously? It's about time I go down and visit them.
Seems simple enough.
So, now that Auntie Ethel is gone, there should be a method to free the people here. One moment, I am getting a text. Stop with the climbing down after you get up there. I'm going to quick save because I'm not 100% sure if I've done this right, and I would really like to save this individual. Not that it's important.
No one back home will ever believe this.
I'll just chuck that there. I believe that the Mask of Regret, the next time I take a rest,
Don't waste a
will
step.
get up and assist.
What's inside?
Because these are all knocked out, they ain't dead. So we will head back to the Underdark, specifically the Selûnite outpost. So, people, we're gonna do a horrible fight. Huh. That is not how that was broken last time. Cool. Nothing like visual bugs.
Let's have a look.
So, my carry weight is not too bad. The masks, definitely not something worth wearing. I honestly don't even know if rope has a proper function. Yeah. Sorry for the silence. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to approach this upcoming fight. Because, this is an enemy and a half. That's okay. She can lose the temporary hit points. This is a situation that can only be described as rough. Let's see.
You have my attention.
I'm basically going boss fight to boss fight.
What now?
Oh, I can still use the Felar Luve melody.
Elminster's not
I've still
around,
got level
so
2
might as
spell
well.
slots, so I can drop the magic missiles for 5 darts. 10d4 is worth more than 6d6 plus 3d4. That's 1 extra dice with a flat 5 damage. Yeah.
No one stopped me yet.
Statistically, the average damage will be slightly higher doing it that way. Alright, since we're about to fight a second boss in rapid succession, I'm going to back up.
How much farther can I go?
You go here. You go invisible. not sure if the spectator will show up with an invisible individual here. I'm actually hoping that it is in fact possible for me to spot it ahead of time. If I can get
Got a long road ahead.
the whole situation resolved, have these guys hiding, and you're the one who sets off. Break your concentration. Come on, Shovel. I'm using you as bait and it's not working.
Taking my time in the shadows.
Good job, Shovel. And that, not particularly useful, but the upgraded version of this, very good. Alright, well, we're going for broke.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I'm more impressed that I still haven't triggered the fight somehow.
Hey, good looking.
So if I separate and I move Karlak down here and unhide her. There it is. I would much prefer to not have to fight it this way. Because, one, this is in no way a lore accurate representation of a spectator. The aesthetic is beautiful, it's 10 on 10, but spectators are supposed to be nice. Yeah, okay, paralyze my cleric. Appreciate it. Well, I'm just going to move here. And we are going to activate a shriek. Pommel strike. Good job, got my days. Do my damage. Good. Weird thing to say, good. Killed Shovel. So, any info on him? Her, them. I don't know if that's a male or female drow. You are well within spectators charm. Got everyone under charm effect. We don't want a cloud of daggers. Sure, I guess you'll get a level 1 magic missile 4 times. get all 4 level 1 men. Broke the spectator. Good job, good job. Rage Tower. Raging Barbarian is definitely one of the most efficient ways of fighting enemies.
Need to stay focused.
No time for mercy.
Double swings in. Disappointing. Yeah. Bulldozer double crit. Oh, it killed Thorn. Shame. Oh well. I was hoping to save all of them, but it is what it is. I don't really need those that many magic missiles, but they're auto hits. I want it dead.
And worse. What will I do here?
I need to find a way forward.
By the demon web. It has been so long. Dawn dead. I need to think. A mistake. All of it came with the wizard. Dawn. He was looking for treasure and promised a cut. Or so he said. A rival of his popped out of nowhere. Sargrim. Something like that. Unpleasant fellow. They had words. Nasty ones. Sargrim summoned the spectator. I never saw one like that. Petrified us all. Hard to tell. More spittle than words. Something about a forge, I think? Not certain, though.
All right.
I need to free the rest. Somehow.
Well, given the situation, 2 still petrified. We're gonna loot Thorn since they don't seem to like him. And major concern was that they would be
Seems like
unhappy if I decided to do that.
Oh, Sasunatean. Flesh once more. Crack. A pity Dawn cannot say the same. You still breathe after taking that tone. Let that be your thanks.
You're a drow, you know, rad. Choice words for them. I guess I'll send you. Send those items. Should I send any more to camp? I don't think so. don't think I need to send anything else to camp. That's a good amount. So new items. There's the Spectator's Eyes, which gives some really good spells. So a bit of info: Ray of Fear causes frighten, gives an enemy the frightened condition, and Wounding Ray does 2d8 damage. Both are pretty good spells. Neither are insane, but free casts are free casts. That one, though. So, if you build a character for lightning charges, this, or I should say a caster around lightning charges, this becomes insane. Now, as soon as you hit 5 charges, you deal 1d8 lightning damage. If you time it with this instead, you guarantee 5, which is slightly above average on that. I'm pretty sure there are ways to get your charges above 5. I'm pretty sure you can actually make it so that you get 6. But either way, free damage is free damage. Not anything to scoff at. So I know that fight may have looked, again, pretty easy, but that actually worked out for the most part about as perfectly as it could have.
Trap. Be cautious.
Because there was so much that could have gone wrong there. Yeah. There's a reason I had my fire-resistant guy do that. Of course, rolled max damage anyway. Anyway, I don't have to head that way. And with that, we're going to save that, and we will call it there. So, to anyone who's tuned in, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll be back with a continuation with more explosions constantly going on until